What's up, North County? Welcome to the Morning Brew, and this morning we have a special guest host, Austin Solheim. Gosh.
All good. Austin Solheim with El Camino Homeless Organization.
Yes,
Thank
sir.
you so much
I'm just going to start
me.
having you just introduce yourself.
I should have said I'm Randy today. I got the cowboy hat. I got the beard. I think that would have been better. Just start introducing it.
I know, but you're so much bigger than me. I told Eric I wanted to put your chair back there, so that way on the camera it looks like I'm so much bigger.
Should I lean down a little bit? A little better?
We just won't take pictures standing up.
Sounds good.
So awesome. Well, thanks for coming on and being a part of this.
Thank you so much for inviting me. I appreciate it. I love the show, so I'm so excited to come on, talk about what's going in North County.
Very, very cool. Yeah, and you got the cowboy hat, which you've said you're going to wear it for the last 2 times.
I know. I forgot it. You know, this early show gets me every once in a while, but hey, I'm here. I got the cowboy hat on. I'm super excited.
Very cool. So, so tell me a little bit about yourself. So you are a part of the Echo Shelters, and so what do you do? What do you do on your off time? I mean, because I know you're busy there. Heck with that.
Well, so, I mean, I could tell you about all of the wonderful hobbies that I used to do, but 9 months ago, my wife and I, lovingly invited a beautiful baby into our lives. So
awesome.
Little River Glenn, he just turned 9 months old. And so most of my life outside of work is surrounded by whatever he is doing. And right now, that is crawling. And so on everything, trying to stand up on everything, talking to everybody, but whatever he wants to do, that's where we go.
Babies are such a blessing.
They are.
It's just I was blessed with a grandson 6 months ago, and that has like literally changed my life because I've already had the kids, and I just felt like it's kind of changed because back then I was young, we were young, we were just trying to figure out life, we're trying to figure out finances, trying to figure out we've got kids, this and that, and now it's like a completely different, like a 180. It's like, okay, well now we're established, we're here, this and that. Now you can enjoy them, so it's super cool. But babies are cool, man.
They are cool. And I would say as a new family, I mean, it's one of the nice parts about living in this area is that every weekend there's something to do. Mm-hmm. Every weekend there's something that we can go do as a family, that we can go be a part of. And it's super important for my wife and I to have him see us together. And to be that family, to be out in the community, to be with others, to be, throughout. So it's just amazing to be here on the Sunday.
Oh, that's River Glen.
River Glen.
That's a cool name. So where did that come from?
Glen was a family name from my wife's side, and I could not tell you where River came from, but when we came across it, it just stuck.
No kidding.
Mm-hmm.
So were you like all the other new parents? Like you had a list of names, of all like, okay, we don't want to name this one because my sisters, my next door neighbors, everybody has this kid's name, John.
There was no positive names, but there were a lot of those names where like, we can't name that. I worked with someone with that name. I went to school with someone with that name. I don't think we can do that. And I even remember my wife's suggested name, and I was like, that was my roommate's dog's name in college, and I just can't do it. I just can't do it.
That's funny. But so what's the plans? Like sports? I mean, every dad, you have your boy. You're like, okay, well, we're gonna play baseball, football. We're gonna just, shoot guns. We're gonna be hunting.
Well, I will tell you that, through doing a lot of contact sports myself, I'm really hoping that my son wants to be a golfer. I was a D1 rugby player. I played all sorts of sports through high school, everything I could, anything I could hit. And I'm sure, a time will come where he wants to play those sports, and I'm going to encourage him every single time. But deep down, I secretly hope that he doesn't take that route and he takes a little more of a softer contact sport as a dad.
No kidding, rugby, huh?
Rugby, yeah.
So where did you go to high school at and then into college?
So I went to high school just north of here in Santa Rosa. So I went to Santa Rosa High, played for a club team, and then I went up to the University of Nevada, Reno, and played up there. My first experiences down in SLO was playing college rugby against Cal Poly.
No kidding.
Mm-hmm.
Man, rugby is tough.
It's a fun sport. It's a fun sport.
I think, was it last year in the Olympics or... Last year they had the Olympics with the rugby, right?
Yeah, they introduced sevens back into it. So they played 2 different 7s and 15s. And so 7s, they first time back in the Olympics in many, many years, I think since the 70s. And
football gets such a bad rap with concussions, but I mean, I was watching this stuff. I'm thinking that guy's nose is broken. I mean, it's the pain factor, maybe they're just like keeping everything quiet.
I'll tell you what though, you strip all those pads away and the hitting hurts just as much as getting hit. So,
yeah.
It's not as much a give and take as it is in football,
Wow, man. So, and how long did you play D1 college?
I played up there for 4 years. And then I played around for a little bit, a couple of men's clubs here and there, but definitely leaning towards some softer sports now myself too. So.
Yeah. So are you a golfer too?
I am. Yeah. I'll get out, hit it, every once in a while I hit it. Doesn't go too far in front of me, but I get out there, try to play when I can. It's a great way just to get out and enjoy the sunshine. So
what's the best course that you ever yelled for on?
That I've ever yelled for on? You know what? I'll tell you what, when I was playing one course that was surrounded by houses, there was a tiny window about this big and I went right through it. And that was probably the only time where I was like, yeah, I should probably not play this sport anymore. All right. And that was expensive. That was the most expensive round of golf I've ever played. But
there's so many, like if you go around the Bob Jones or Bob Green, Jim Green Trail in Atascadero. I don't know if you've ever been there, but it's just a hiking trail, but it goes up past the golf course. Mm-hmm. You kind of like walk along the golf course in Atascadero. And I always think of what kind of golfer I am. I am 100% a four yeller, or I'm just going like this, going, oh gosh, I hope that doesn't hit anybody. But every single time, driving range, it goes that direction. And so I'm sitting there walking along. We're walking along, and I'm watching these guys tee off. And like you hit it, goes right there. And I'm thinking, this thing's getting sliced, man. I'm going to take a ball to the back of the head. So I'm like, hurry up, guys, let's go. Because we had like 15 people, dogs and everything. I'm like, let's get past here. You're going to take a slice to the head.
I will say, when I'm on the driving range, it tends to go straight. But when I get on that first tee, never really sure if it's going to go left or right or right down the middle. So,
I always think about when you're golfing or when I'm golfing, it's like, okay, power, strength. Okay, I'm strong. I got power. I could drive this thing, 9 million yards. And it doesn't happen. It goes like 4. Like you said, it doesn't even move off the tee. Mm-hmm. And you get these little old guys that just sit there and just barely have a backswing and just hammers that thing. And it just skyrockets.
So I have a golf buddy that I go out with, and I hit the ball probably 200 yards past him. But he's right there with me every time because he hits it right down the middle, 125 yards, one chunk at a time. And I tell him, I'm like, man, golf must be boring for you because you hit it in the same spot every single time.
Yeah, people enjoy it, but they sit there and say that it's all, it's relaxing, but I think I'm more stressed golfing.
Depends on the round.
Yeah, the only thing I like is driving the golf cart and with my ice chest in the back, So, well, cool. So tell me a little bit about, let's dive in a little bit to tomorrow. So you brought some tomorrow, right?
Yeah. Tomorrow, yep.
So tomorrow's the empty bowls with the Echo Shelter. So 11 to 2, right? And so tell me about the bowl situation here.
Yeah, so really fun event that we do every year. So with El Camino Homeless Organization, or ECHO, we do fundraisers throughout the year to help us provide programs that really assist those in their journeys that are, wanting to get back into housing. And so this event is one of our favorites. It's our first event of the year. It's called Empty Bowls. So these bowls that you see here are made by artists throughout our community. Everywhere from artists that have been doing this for years, right? This is their craft, this is what they do, to students that may be doing this for the first time, right? Whether they're coming from Cuesta, whether they're coming from one of the local high schools. It's just a beautiful combination. As you can see, all the bowls are different. So one of the best parts about this event is you get to come and you get to pick out one of these bowls and take home with you. They're your keepsake. The rest of the event, though, you get to come inside, and then we have soups from local restaurants. We have about 20 different restaurants that are providing soups for our event tomorrow. And then we have celebrity servers like yourself, just members of the community that are out there that are going to be serving the soup, everything from, our wonderful partners over here at What's Up North County to some of our elected officials throughout the community too.
Oh, that's awesome. Do you have any names? Do you know anybody that's going to be there?
Yeah. So, obviously we're going to have Randy right here, but we are also, we're going to have the mayor of Atascadero is going to be there. We're going to have the, one of the police officers from Atascadero. We're also going to have some of the county supervisors there, and then a few just local community members too. So one of the at the Atascadero Chamber, they've named Mike Zappis the Citizen of the Year, and so he's actually going to be one of our celebrity servers as well. So it's a really good range, and we're going to have, I think altogether, we're going to have over 16 celebrity servers there.
Oh, that's
between
awesome.
the entirety of the day.
So with the bowls, obviously, I mean, take a little bit from this, Amy and Jamie's place, for instance, and then you go to the next, you can go you're basically sampling their soups, or is it all the same?
No, you're sampling. So all of the soups are different. We have everything from a salmon bisque to a creamy potato to a vegan chili that are going to be there. They're going to be in 6-ounce servings. They're going to be in cups, so you can come, you can grab a little bit. We're going to have bread from some of our local bakeries like Bread Bike and Slow, Brian's Bread, Back Porch Bakery right in Atascadero. And then desserts are going to be there provided by 8-Town Humble Pies as well. They're making lemon bars and they're making Klondike bars, so it should be pretty good.
Wow, what a cool event. So tell me, does any of these have like this person right here has been making, obviously bowls for a very long time? Because, look at that. That is amazing. And the spoon. You get the spoon too?
Yeah, you get the spoon too with that bowl.
Really?
Right? Not all of them. That one's a unique one that comes with a spoon. The bowls are amazing. And honestly, I can't say thank you enough to the artists that help us put this event on. Between all of the artists, all of the schools that come together, they provide us with over 500 bowls every year. And the best part is every single piece of this event is completely donated. So the bowls are donated. The soups are donated. Our celebrity servers donate their time. And then the space over at ABC Church and next week at our event too in Paso Robles at Studios on the Park, those teams both donated that. So really, like when you buy a ticket and you're wanting to come out to the event, you walk away with a bowl, but all of the money that you're given goes back to the people that we're serving. Right, we're trying to be really good stewards of that too, and not just put on an event where we're paying for the meal, we're paying for all those things. We want you to know that when you come out and you support Echo, that money is going back to those who need it to get back into housing and get out of homelessness.
Wow, well that's awesome, man. Well, I can't wait. I'm excited about it. Now I'm even more excited about all the different soups and other people going to be there. So that sounds really fun. So I can't wait.
It's going to be a good time. We're going to have a nice Echo blue apron for you tomorrow too. So.
Very cool. I'm excited about that. So we're 7:47. So we've got Lori Bryant calling in shortly for Slow County News, gives us all the good stuff. But talking about your sports and talking about football, so we got something that's coming up. We got a camp coming up this summer. So the kids, maybe even with this, the kids, because it's not contact, but it's more sports related, agility, conditioning, and that kind of stuff. So we have. The registration is now live for the Futures Sports Camp. So the Future Sports Camp is the FCA camp for grades 5th through 8th. And we've got camps in Santa Maria, July 10th through the 13th, and in Templeton from July 17th to the 20th. And as competitors, they always dream of something greater. They train timelessly to reach their potential, seeking approval from teammates, coaches, and fans. The promise of a trophy of praise pushes us to success. So there's one of the Templeton football coaches is now in charge of this FCA program. So we're going to have him on there, but they're taking registration now for summer. So make sure that, get old River in there, maybe he's a little young, but,
Hey, the way he's going to be walking by then, so he might need some agility training. So.
Yeah, right. So like I said, I think any type of sports training, nowadays that's kind of like your big, that was it like that when you were going through there to where the off season you did some sort of sports training, agility,
So for us, we had an interesting coach, and his literal training method for us was to grab a backpack, to fill it with rocks, and to run up a mountainside. And that is what we did for training. That is what we did for stamina, everything. But I am happy to hear that there are programs for, the youth around here just to be able to kind of get used to it and see kind of what sports are like in our community. And it's so awesome to have a connection with the Templeton High football coach too, being there and talking about kind of that too. So I love that. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, Dave Johnson's an awesome guy. He's a pastor at one of the local churches as well. So he's very, very big into the youth organization as well. So he's a great, guy to be heading that program and, for the next year and hopefully longer than that. So, so another thing that we got is, and you're probably obviously familiar with this, is we have the Atascadero Chamber of Commerce is celebrating 100 years.
That's right.
So how crazy is that? So they're celebrating 100 years. They're a community since 1923. And they have a fundraiser going on. Have you seen that? Their auction? So they have a auction fundraiser going on that they're auctioning off some really, really awesome items. And if nobody has seen that, go to Tascadero Chamber of Commerce and click on the auction tab because they have some really, really cool items. So we'll definitely get into that.
I'm not going to talk about any of those items because I may have some bids on some of those, but there are some really good items out there. You should definitely go and take a look.
Just tell them which ones not to go to.
There we go.
Tell them it's a scam. It's a scam. But for right now, we have the one and the only, the infamous and timeless person, effort-driven Lori Bryant with SLO County News.
Good morning. How are you guys?
We are doing great. How are you?
Really good. Really good. It looks good outside. The traffic is clear. We do have one incident in Cambria at the post office. There's a possible gas leak. So if you're in Cambria, be aware of that. And yesterday, so there was a good thing that happened yesterday, a really cool thing that happened with H70. So Paso PD spotted a possible stolen vehicle that was on 24th Street. The vehicle ended up going out towards Nacimiento, so Paso PD had to turn the call over to CHP because it was out of their jurisdiction. H70 took off, followed the vehicle. It went into Heritage Ranch to the softball fields, parked. He kept eyes on the two occupants, and CHP was able to arrest them on scene. No incident, no nothing. And the person that lost their vehicle was able to get their vehicle back.
Really?
So that was a good call. That was H70 was awesome. They kept eyes on him the whole time. So that was our big call yesterday. So we had a couple little spot fires, but other than that, nothing else.
So Lori, does anybody know? I mean, obviously Heritage is a locked community. It's a gated community. You can't really just cruise into Heritage. How did they get into Heritage? Does anybody know that?
They got in properly. They didn't bust through a gate or anything. I don't know. H70 was the one that was watching them the whole time. So they were able to use the code to get in through the gate. But I don't know exactly what code they used or how they used the code or anything like that. Because obviously they were up in the air. And they couldn't see it either, but they did get in legally. They got in, and then they just parked at the softball field there, and then they got out and kind of walked around a bit, and then started walking. I don't know if they ever spotted H70. It didn't sound like it because CHP was able to just drive right up to them and catch them. So,
well, that's why they have those stupid criminal files. You ever watch those? So that's one of those examples.
They didn't bail out and take off running or anything, dramatic like that.
Well, awesome.
So yeah, that was the call yesterday. And then Paso is going to be putting out their annual police report today. And last night, our chief gave a presentation at the city council. Really good news for Paso. They've gotten more officers. They're proactive, which is a huge thing for the police department. And the report makes it sound like crime has risen when in fact they're able to get places faster because they have way more officers. They have 6 more officers on patrol right now.
Awesome.
Than they did. So yeah, that's the great news.
Well, very cool, Lori. Well, we appreciate.
And no rain in the forecast, Randy. None. I don't see it.
Not yet. It can change on a dime though. So
say that. Come on.
We could be experiencing a hot wave, and then all of a sudden it just starts raining. So that's just the way that we're.
Stop.
Well, awesome, Lori. Well, thank you so much. We always appreciate you calling in and telling us everything that's happening in the North County, yesterday, last night, and present.
Yes, and let Eric know that he should be getting an email anytime soon from Trish.
Awesome. Sounds good.
All right, guys, have a wonderful day and be safe.
All right, Lori, have a good day. Thank you.
All right, bye.
Bye-bye. Lori Bryant, Slow County News. She is full of energy.
I love it. And no rain until after 2 p.m. tomorrow, okay?
Oh my gosh. You never know, because you hear people say, "Oh, we're chance of rain next week." It's like, how?
I get it. I just no rainwater in the soup bowls for me.
Yeah.
That's the goal.
No rainwaters. Well, is it outside?
So it's an inside and outside event. We do have access to inside seating, plenty of it. So there are, we want people to feel comfortable wherever they want to sit. It's a beautiful, beautiful day looking like tomorrow with no rain in it. So we encourage people to sit wherever they feel comfortable. We'll have music playing outside. It'll be a fun event.
Oh, nice. Well, yeah, because oh gosh, everything's blooming. Allergy season is right on the brink of blowing everybody's heads off, so I encourage everybody to get some allergy pills. So that's going to be going off the shelf, I think. So,
you ever try the local honey trick?
You know what? I have, where you just eat the honey from locally produced or pollinated.
I've been getting it at the farmer's market, and I'll tell you what, fingers crossed, I've got no issues this year. So I don't know if it's working or not, but I'm banking on that. That's the only thing I can think of.
Well, they say that's the key for your allergies, is to basically eat from the honey, from the bees and the pollen that they're going in, and somehow that counteracts your allergies.
Yeah, I put a little in my coffee in the morning. I'm doing pretty good. So.
Do you really?
Yeah.
Awesome. So we got some other news. So we've got the city of Paso Robles has approved the 4th of July again. So I don't know, have you been around long enough to see the 4th of July at Barney Swartz?
No, this will be my first one.
So the city council approves the return of the free 4th of July event. So for July 4th, the event at Barney Swartz, the event will include family-friendly activities throughout the day and the fireworks show after dark. So make sure that you guys, put that on your calendar. Go out there and support that, because there's going to be a lot of vendors. I mean, it's super fun. I mean, it's going to be crazy, because of all the weeds, but they've got it all under control. So I think it's going to be awesome.
Well, you're helping me out. So my wife and I, our anniversary is actually 4th of July, and I promised her fireworks every year, for the rest of our lives. So you're helping me out with that too. So thank you, Paso.
Did you guys plan to get married on the 4th of July?
I picked out a day. She let me kind of go wild there, and I was like, what's a day I can never, ever, ever forget? And I'm like, 4th of July sounds perfect. There'll be fireworks every year.
Good call, man. That's a great idea. And then if you could just figure out how to get your kids' birthdays on those special days too, so that way Groundhog's Day or something that's you have to remember.
I'll tell you what, even easier. He's 8 days later. So
there you go.
His due date was actually our anniversary, which would have been crazy, but I'm happy with 8 days later.
That's very cool. Mm-hmm. River Glen, the golfer.
Hopefully.
And maybe bull riding or something like that.
Oh, I'm sure. Mutton busting without a doubt.
Oh my gosh, that is such a crazy fun event.
Oh yeah.
And speaking of rodeos, I mean, you heard, so we've partnered with the Slow Sheriff's Rodeo Association. Mm-hmm. So we're going to be broadcasting the rodeo this year.
That's going to be amazing. That's going to be so much fun. I've been talking to a lot of people from the community, and they just talk about how this is one of their favorite events of the year.
And really, this is their second year doing this. It's Commander Chad Nicholson and Deputy Nate Paul, which is basically spearheading this along with Sheriff Ian Parkinson. But they basically put this together last year, and it was a success, including the rolling blackout that happened. But this year, it's going to be even better. They're going to basically everything that they did last year on top of the new stuff, which is a PBR bull riding. So, and that's huge, because professional bull riding has not happened here in a very long time. So that's going to be a really cool event. So are you going to be going?
Absolutely. Is that the one you're looking forward to the most?
The bull riding? Oh, absolutely.
All right.
Everybody loves bull riding.
Everybody loves bull riding. I'm a team roping guy, I got to tell you.
Yeah. Well, mutton busting. So I asked him about that because, I mean, that is just a fan favorite. I think we watched it out at the Creston Classic Rodeo last year, and there must have been 40 kids, all lined up down the fence line to get out there and ride the sheep. And some of them came out at like bull riders, versus just holding onto the neck. Some of them were backwards.
Oh, yeah.
It's just a kick in the pants. But one thing was guaranteed. 95% of those kids, they were crying afterwards. You know what I'm saying? But it's like how I'm sitting there talking to my wife. I'm like, we're sitting there enjoying these kids' fear,
You got to think though, like as a parent, I'm like, that's the video that I want to take and show him for the rest of his life.
But it was a crack up. There was the one kid got hung up, and I think that was the one that ended up winning. But he got hung up and he was riding sideways, and so he couldn't get off, and everybody just thought he was just, hey, this is cool, but he's just hanging on,
You got the grip. That's all you need.
But it was so funny because he got done, and his dad, his family's into bulls and, raising bulls and stuff like that. And so this kid literally got off and threw his cowboy hat, just like they all do, and just started waving. I mean, and the crowd went nuts. He was just a fan favorite. So we're gonna definitely get him on here, but he's just a kick in the pants too.
I love it.
So the little kids make everything.
They do. They're amazing.
So one more time, we've got Empty Bowls tomorrow, 11 to 2.
11 to 2, it's going to be at Atascadero Bible Church right across from our Echo campus in Atascadero. Tickets are available online. They're $50 for that event. We also have another event in Paso next week. Tickets are $100. We're going to have wine and live music at that event, just a little more elements to it. But for tomorrow, tickets are available online, echoshelter.org, and available at the door as well. So if you're not tech savvy, you're not interested in coming on there, go ahead, join us. Either way, Atascadero Bible Church, 11 a.m. tomorrow.
Very cool. And let's see, Producer Eric, do we have our weather?
No weather today. Can you talk about the artist that's going to be playing or singing in Paso?
Yeah, so at Paso, we're going to actually, through a sponsorship with Libretto in downtown Paso, we're actually having Dawn Lambeth come and provide the music. She is, she's world class. She performs all throughout the Central Coast at the jazz music festivals. She is at the Madonna on a regular basis. She's performed. She even has a live music video that she did at Studios on the Park, which is pretty incredible. So very excited to have her there with us. And then we're going to have two wine partners, Justin Winery and Humanity Wine Project as well. So just really cool, very, very excited for that event. And then all of the soups are going to be provided by the local restaurants down there too.
Right there around the park area?
Right there around the park.
Awesome. And you mentioned Libretto. Have you been down there and seen his wine bar down there?
I have not yet, but I'm excited. That is one of those date nights that my wife and I have been planning.
Gosh.
But, when I first came to Paso, I remember going to Amsterdam on a Saturday night and listening to the piano and having a coffee there. And that was one of the most incredible experiences that I did not expect to have in downtown Paso. And so this place just always, always surprises me.
And speaking of like Amsterdam, awesome coffee, awesome experience, awesome food, and then Libretto is just, it's just it's like you're walking into like in time, in the back of time. It's just just such a great experience walking down the stairs and this very intimate small venue of just elegance. It's just a beautiful venue. So you definitely got to go there, get your tickets, because they always sell out. He always sells out over there.
I love it.
Well, awesome. Austin, thanks for coming on. Really appreciate you being a guest host today with me and sharing your story. We appreciate what you do with Echo Shelters, and I'm really looking forward to tomorrow.
We're looking forward to having you. You know, this event wouldn't be possible without so many components, including our celebrity servers, our amazing artists, our amazing restaurant providers, and our sponsors. So we just got to thank everybody in the amazing community coming out to join us for our 8th annual Empty Bowls.
Yeah, and like I said, I mean, these are awesome. I'm really intrigued by this one, and it's just awesome. I mean, right here, there's your bowls. You get to take this thing home, and you get to eat unlimited amounts of soup tomorrow.
That's right.
From all the great places around the North County, right?
Local restaurants, local chefs, all contributing to make that event possible.
Awesome. Well, can't wait. We'll see you tomorrow.
See you tomorrow.
Well, there you have it, guys. Thanks for tuning in to What's Up North County Morning Brew. And we appreciate Austin coming in, guest hosted with me today. But we can't do this without our sponsors, and we'd like to thank them. We have Escalar Wines, Wine Travelers Hideaways, Rancho Sestero Meat Cutting, 805 Customs, Amy and Jamie's Place, Kennedy Club Fitness, Airflow Filter Services, Story Termite and Pest Control, and some other ones. Gosh,
Oh man.
Old slide threw me off.
Sorry,
but
buddy.
we appreciate all you guys. Pastor Robles Furniture.
There you go.
Was that it?
And visit Atascadero.
Visit Atascadero. I think I got everybody.
All right, bud.
And if I didn't, we still love you. All right, guys. Thanks again. We'll see you tomorrow.
3, 2, 1.